Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Love Well Guided, where we get you closer than ever before to settling down. My name is Senqua, your host, and today we're going to be having an open conversation, a laid back conversation about what you can start doing today to prepare for your partner. I would say one of the first things that you can do is be very careful with your choice of words. Be very careful with what you actually believe about your situation. Do you believe that it's going to take a very long time for you to meet someone? Do you believe that all men are the same or all women are the same? What do you believe? And based off of that will determine the words that come out of your mouth. So you want to be very positive. If you're the type of person that usually say those little sayings that I've quoted to you, you definitely want to change your mindset. You want to change your mindset to think, you know what, it's going to be sooner than later where I'm going to find someone. You know, there is someone out there for me, someone good, someone special, someone who's going to treat me with respect, someone who's going to love me the way I actually want to be loved, someone who's going to be emotionally available, etc., etc. You want to speak good things out into the universe, because every thought that you think and every word and every phrase that you say is manifesting. It is manifesting, and it's actually creating your world. The second thing that I would say is a great way to start attracting your partner and actually preparing for them today. You need to cut off anybody who's not a serious candidate. Anyone who is not a serious candidate needs to be cut off. I don't know why they're in your life in the first place. A lot of times because we're lonely or because we're bored, we don't have anything to do, we collect these people. We collect these people and we say, oh, they're just going to be friends, but they're actually hindering you from the blessing that God actually wants to give you in terms of a partner. Why should God give you an extra individual? You don't even have space. You do not even have space, which leads me to number 3. You want to have the space and the time and the capacity to actually make room for this person, for another person, for you to actually share your life with. If you're so busy, your schedule is so booked that you don't even have time for yourself. If you don't even have time for yourself, you don't even have time for self-care. How do you think another person is going to be able to fit into your life? What are you telling the universe? What are you telling God? Because at the end of the day, you need to have space and room for a blessing, for God to be able to bless you with a particular thing, whatever it is that you may want. Specifically, we're talking about here, a partner. You need to have the room for it. You need to have the capacity to be able to accept the gift. Number 4 is going to be specifically towards women. Yes, sometimes men do this, but I know I used to always do this, and I feel like women do this more, which is we're way too nice. We're way too nice. We don't necessarily know how to turn people down. You don't want to hurt someone's feelings. So somebody come up to you, ask you for your number, and you give it to them. And you know you're not really interested, you're not even my type, but for some particular reason it's hard for me to say no. I don't want this person to look at me at a certain way. I don't want to make them feel bad, so it's hard for you to say no. Well, listen, start saying no, because here we are now. Here we are. We are in the time of our lives where, number 1, time is very essential. Time is very essential. You're getting older. You have the career down. You have your finances intact. You have the house you wanted. You have everything you wanted but a partner. You've built your life up to be able to sustain yourself, which is a great thing. But now you're looking for a partner, and we don't really have too much time to waste. If you're in your late 20s, early 30s, you want to have a family, especially for women. We don't have time to waste. So here's the thing. when you can, this would be a great time for you to inflict and enforce self-care and actually think about yourself. Think about yourself. Think about the time that's going to be wasted with you giving your number to somebody you're not really even interested in, them contacting you, and a lot of things can happen from that. Once you make that one wrong decision that, oh, I'm gonna feel sorry for this person and just give them my number, then you end up, you might end up actually going on a date with them and you're not really interested. Now you're wasting even more time, the back and forth conversation. So learn how to say no. Number 5, you want to write down every single thing, every single detail, every single characteristic that you actually want in a partner. Write it down to the T. The Bible says that when we make our requests known, make sure it's specific. Yeah, the Bible didn't say it in that exact phrase or those exact words, but you know what I'm saying. When you ask God for something, when you're praying for something, when you're wanting something, you can't just tell the universe, oh yeah, I just want a man. Or, oh yeah, I just want a woman. Okay, it could be anybody. You want to be very specific and very deliberate and intentional in what are you truly asking for. Do you want someone who's caring? Do you want someone who's loving? Do you want someone who is big on birthdays and holidays? Do you want someone who loves to go out, loves to travel? Do you want a homebody? Like, these are all things that you need to be very deliberate on. Like, what do you want? I know for me personally, before I met the guy I'm with now, like, I used to always pray, Lord, just, let me find someone who loves you, who chases after your heart the way I chase after your heart. Because anyone who is in alignment with God, anyone who is walking with God is going to be very deliberate with how they treat you. Because just like they say, show me who your friends are, I'll show you who you are. People who walk with God and actually have a relationship with God. We all have God's characteristics, and because we're all made in his image, but you have a lot of people who are Christians who believe in God, but they're not really walking with God. They're not praying with God every day. They don't really have a relationship. So a lot of the qualities gets diluted. But those who are actually every day, walking with God, striving to live in righteousness, it's a different type of feeling. So definitely you want to write that down. Write down every single thing that you want, everything that's important to you, every want, every need. Write it down, make it clear, make it plain, make the vision clear and plain, and focus on what you want, which will lead me into the next thing, or the next tip or advice. Visualize. I don't know what number I'm on now, but anyway, visualize. Visualization is so powerful. Meditation and visualization. You want to visualize your family. You want to visualize your husband. You want to visualize how you see your life going. Even if it's just 5 minutes a day, just basically sit back and daydream. Daydream about how you see your life. Daydream about what type of man you want, what type of woman you want. Daydream about the house that you're going to live in, the kids that you're going to raise. Just sit back and visualize it. 5 minutes a day, easy. And the more you do that, the more it's going to become real to you. The more energy you're putting toward that dream, the more energy you're putting towards finding that partner, which actually, according to law of attraction, makes it even easier and faster to come into your reality. But also, you make sure when you're visualizing, like I talked about in one of my videos, don't just have faith for something. Don't just have faith and believe God that, oh, he's going to bring you someone. You actually want to demonstrate the actions. You actually want to demonstrate that you have that faith. So if I'm believing God for someone, am I talking to any one of my exes? Am I entertaining someone who I'm not really interested in, but they're just there because I'm lonely or I'm bored? Do I have the capacity? Do I have the space to actually entertain another person? Do I have the capacity physically in my physical world in terms of time, but also do I have the capacity in terms of my mental and emotional health? How healthy am I when it comes to my mindset, when it comes to my emotions? So these are all things that help us to demonstrate that, okay, I'm believing God for someone, but at the same time, I'm also participating here. I'm also showing God like, hey, I'm ready. I'm totally ready. So what am I working through? Is there something that I need to work through? Is there trauma? Is there some type of healing that needs to take place? These are all things that you need to be focused on. You know, how is my relationship with myself? Forget about anybody else. How's my relationship with myself? How's my relationship with God? You don't ever want to put someone in a higher category or a higher playing field than God, because at the end of the day, that person can leave you. Who's still gonna be there? God. So you want to make sure that's a very important thing. Don't ever put somebody before God. It's actually a disgrace to think that you can't live without someone. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. God is a very jealous God. If I were you, I would watch your words. Going back to watching your word. So I'm just going to quickly summarize some of the top tips that I believe are very essential in terms of attracting your partner and preparing for your partner today. Number one was be very deliberate in terms of what you say, your words, your belief system, what you're hearing, what you're seeing. Okay. Number two, you want to limit access to yourself. That includes exes, that includes old flames, people who you weren't necessarily in a relationship with them, but you were involved in a emotional and mental or physical capacity. Could have been friends with benefits. So you want to limit that interaction. And when I say limit, I mean cut them off. Why are you talking to them anyway? So cut them off. Number three, you want to actually believe with your negative self. Actually believe that your partner is out there and they're within your grasp, like they're within your reach, not 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now, but your partner is out there, and actually believe that, yes, I will settle down one day. I will get married one day. I will have children one day. Number four, you want to stop being overly nice. There's no reason to be afraid of saying no. It's your time. It's your life. You need to stand in a posture of courage and boldness, because this is not the time to be afraid. You're not a carton of milk. You're not stamped with an expiration date. You don't know when you're going, boo-boo. You don't know when you're going. So let's start having the courage to say no. You know what? I'm not interested. I'm actually not interested. You also, number five, you want to write everything down to the T. What do you want in a partner? What do you want? Be very specific. What are your wants? What are your needs? Also, when you're doing this, make sure you ask God to fill in the blanks, fill in the gaps, because right now, however old you are, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, you may think you know what you need right now, but you don't know 10 years from now who you're gonna be, what you're gonna need. You don't know. Every day you're changing, every day you're growing, every day you're evolving. So 10 years from now, you might need something a little bit more than what you see in your partner, or what you see that you think you need in a partner. So ask God to fill in the gaps and stop playing with your life. Number six, stop saying that all men are the same. Stop saying all women are the same. Stop saying that you're not going to be able to find anyone. This kind of ties hand in hand with number one. You want to be careful over what are you speaking. What are you speaking? What are you saying? What are you putting out there in the universe that's coming back to you? What's your belief system? You need to reflect on what your belief system is, because based off of that, that's going to determine what actually comes out of your mouth. And lastly, visualize yourself. Visualize yourself, visualize your future husband, visualize your future wife, visualize the house that you're going to live in, the family that you're going to raise together. Visualize every detail that entails of your partner and a family. At least 5 minutes a day. Just sit down and visualize it. Think about what you want. Think about what you want. Don't think about all the wrong things that could possibly happen, right? You could meet someone, you could end up getting a divorce. Yeah, the person could end up cheating on you. There's so many worst case scenarios that may happen that your mind is going to pop in your head, because it wants you to stay in a safe, comfortable place. And a safe, comfortable place means you being alone by yourself. So you want to be very careful when it comes to your thoughts and listening to your mind. You want to visualize and think about what you actually want. Don't think about what you don't want. Don't think about the worst case scenarios. Actually think about, what do I want? And then have the courage, the faith, and the boldness to actually go after that. Because the Word of God says that we were not given a spirit of timidity, cowardice, or fear, but of power, love, sound mind, personal discipline. So go after what's yours. Go after what's yours. That's the message for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching my content and tuning in. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Catch me on Instagram at lovewellguided and my website to book a free consultation at lovewellguided.com. See you next time.